Gina joins us now with the first look at the weather. Of course, with the fire situation starting to bubble up, you have to be concerned about wind and dryness.
Yeah, that's certainly what I'm keeping an eye on the forecast here, because we do have a ridge of high pressure moving in once again, and with it moving in, we're going to see the jet stream move in such a way this week that actually could intensify those winds from a warm direction as well. We're at 14 right now, a bit of a rebuild day after that brief unsettled weather passed through yesterday. So winds variable this hour at 7 kilometers an hour. But when we look at your 24-hour forecast, brought to you by 5th Avenue Volkswagen, find more than what you're expecting at 5th Avenue Volkswagen. We can see temperatures are really going to start to ramp up once again as we get into Tuesday, back above seasonal, and those winds are going to pick up as well tomorrow, Ian. They could get up to 30 to 50 kilometers an hour.
Okay, we do see lots of blue sky, and it's starting to get really green out there.
Yeah, very calm winds today as well. I know we were talking about those grass fire situations earlier, so at least there was the benefit of some calm winds today. That could be a different story as we progress throughout this week. Yes, we'll hold on to the sunshine still, and we're actually going to see temperatures get well above seasonal once again as we work our way through Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday there. But we just have to be mindful of being both sun smart and fire smart right now. It's that time of year. So let's look at the 24-hour temperature change. Pretty interesting to see. We had that brief blast of cool, unsettled weather yesterday. Didn't produce a lot of rain for us, but it certainly drove our temperatures down. And when we look at that 24-hour temperature difference, we're about 5 degrees warmer today than where we were at this time yesterday. I believe yesterday our high was only about 10 degrees, which is about 5 degrees below seasonal for this time of year. Right now we're at 14. That's expected to be our high today. We got some northerly winds that'll start to move in a little later this evening, so unlikely we'll get much warmer than this. So still a touch below seasonal today, but that all starts to change as we get into Tuesday due to where our jet stream is situated and the high pressure is going to once again bring in. So this is tomorrow for you. We'll get up to 19 degrees in Calgary. We'll see 20-degree values in the Lethbridge, Medicine Hat, and Brooks areas, and even parts of central Alberta as well. Calgary, a little bit of the anomaly here with that 19-degree high. Radar satellite is really quiet. There's really not much to show here, and that's going to be the story really for the next couple of days with this high pressure over Alberta starting really as we get into tomorrow. This is the ridge setting up over BC. Starts to move in Tuesday, Wednesday there, but we're keeping an eye on this jet stream because, yes, while we're on that southern half, which means the warmer weather, we're pretty close to the jet, which means those wind speeds could intensify as we progress throughout the week. So we'll see as we get into about Thursday there that the jet stream starts to flatten into more of a westerly flow. So by the time we get into Thursday, temperatures cooling off slightly, but those winds still pretty persistent. We're going to see them transition from the south, southwest to the west over the next couple of days here, but maintaining decently gusty speeds at around 30 to 50 kilometers an hour. By Friday, once again, we're starting to see a lift in that jet stream pattern, so more warm air expected for Friday and Saturday. Really, we don't get much of a breakup from this warm weather pattern until this low pressure system starts to move inland. This model doesn't go out that far, but I looked at a couple other ones that suggest we'll start to see that low move in as early as this Sunday, but more likely looking like early next week. And when that happens, that'll drive the temperatures down. But when we look at the 5-day forecast for now, sunny, breezy, and above seasonal.
We're looking at weather that kind of requires sunscreen. It's that sunny.
Yeah, that UV index already in that high category, and it'll hold on to probably that high category as we progress throughout the week here. Today's actually a little below seasonal, but the normal high is at 15. We might get there next hour or so, but right now we're just holding at 14 degrees. We've got variable winds this hour, but those winds will start to pick up as we get into Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday as well. Looking at that 3-day forecast for you, up to 19 tomorrow, so already rallying on the temperature front thanks to that sunshine, and then those winds picking up as well. And not seen on the screen here, Ian, yes, the UV index. Keep an eye on that throughout the week and have the sunscreen handy.
Well, the grass seems really dry everywhere in our province right now. Gina Martin joins us. Not a lot of moisture in the forecast either, Gina.
No, and we were thankful today, Tara, that at least the winds weren't really bad out there, but that story will likely change as we get closer into the midweek when we see an adjustment to the jet stream that could fuel some stronger winds. But even tomorrow, the winds could pick up as well. Right now, we're at 14 degrees out there. Again, pretty calm on the wind front, and it's variable. So it's coming out of a bunch of different directions. That'll continue throughout the evening here. We'll cool off overnight, about 7 degrees by midnight, down to 2 right as sunrise is beginning tomorrow morning. But we're going to pick up on the heat side of things, up to 19 degrees tomorrow, so that will be seasonal. But you also notice those winds start to pick up 30 to 50 kilometers an hour as well, Tara. So yeah, the wildfire situation, we'll have to be mindful of that.
Thank you, Gina. Let's bring Gina back in now. We need a little bit of rain, but on the other hand, we have a really nice week ahead.
Yeah, and it's fine that we have these beautiful temperatures and we want to enjoy them. We just have to be mindful that it is dry out there. We all have to do our part to make sure we don't start any fires or, anything that could create a problem out on the surface there. And also, on top of that, with the sunshine, there's a UV index now too. So you're going to want to make sure you're being sun smart along with being fire smart out there. 24-hour temperature change to show you here. We're up 5 degrees compared to where we were at this time yesterday when that brief little system moved through and really cooled things off on Sunday, but we didn't really get much moisture from that system. There was some anticipation as we were keeping an eye on that trough moving in that might bring some rain into the city, but it really didn't do much on the precipitation side of things. We're at 14 degrees right now. That's our high for today. Central Alberta, similar temperature values, many areas in the mid-teens this hour. By the time we get to tomorrow, though, we'll really start to turn that temperature up again as another ridge of high pressure moves in. That's going to bring more sunshine and some stronger winds from the south as well. So we're aiming for a high of 19 in Calgary tomorrow. We'll see areas get into the 20s, though, really throughout much of southern and central Alberta. So it's going to be another warming trend on the way. A very quiet radar satellite because of the high pressure. And that's really going to continue to be the case for Tuesday, Wednesday. Probably by Thursday, we'll start to see a little more cloud move into the forecast. But when it comes to precipitation, not seeing too much on the radar for this week. This is our upper air setup right now. So there was that brief little cold setup that moved through yesterday that kind of put a chilly end to that otherwise very warm weekend. But this ridge starting to push in. We'll see more of that as we get into Tuesday and Wednesday. But you'll notice the tilt on this can bring some breezy conditions into parts of southern and central Alberta by the time we get into Wednesday. Even tomorrow, we could see winds from the south at 30 to 50 kilometers an hour. Then later, the jet stream starts to flatten. Again, that could increase wind flow from a westerly direction on Thursday. Eventually, this low pressure system will start to move inland and start to disrupt this warm weather pattern. But really, for the next 5 days here, a lot of sunshine and a lot of above seasonal temperatures. So enjoy them. Just be mindful of those breezy conditions out there. All that sunshine, while it feels good, it dries things out. So enjoy the nice warm week ahead, but just be smart out there.
What? He's going to catch the ball. She covers his eyes.
How about that?
And he still caught it.
It's dad power right there.
That's impressive.
That is impressive. In New York, a Yankees fan was all set to snare the ball heading his way during a game against the Rays on the weekend. At the last minute, though, his daughter covered his eyes. But like a true fan, I think he used the force. He was still able to make the catch. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
That's
good
pretty
catch.
lucky, but pretty good. Yeah. Well, a very Canadian partnership has been formed as Ryan Reynolds teams up with Tim Hortons.
Your scrambled eggs. Oh, gosh.
Nobody makes my eggs like you, Brendan.
Actually, these are from Tim Hortons. I know how much you like them.
Love them.
Yeah. So I get
The Deadpool stars collaborating with the chain to introduce Ryan's Scrambled Eggs. Starting today, customers can order the breakfast boxes, which contain eggs and hash browns, either sausage or bacon crumble. The boxes are here just for a limited time, but Tim Hortons is teasing another future project with Reynolds, too.
You buying?
I would try it. It looked good, actually.
It looks pretty tasty,
A breakfast box, sure. I think it had a little chipotle sauce in there, too. Yeah, it looked
always
kind of
a
tasty.
little hot sauce in there. You can't go wrong.
That's good. Well, as we've learned through COVID, there are some jobs you can do remotely. There are also others you really just can't. So the sheepdog named Zero technically is watching the herd from his desk, but I don't think it's the same as being out there and doing the work yourself.
You're not getting the exercise. You're not fooling us.
No way.
Unless he's the manager. Maybe he's the manager and he's just watching from the office.
Bark to the other dogs?
Yeah.
Move here, move there.
He's like, I did this for 20 years.
Right.
This is for the young dogs
He earned
now.
it. He
I'm
earned
putting
it.
my paws up.
Yeah, I'll oversee from the office. This next video might have you climbing the walls. This is adventurous Emmy. She is a natural-born climber. Just look at her go. Her watchful dad is down below. Mom is up top with a helping hand if she's needed. She doesn't look more than about 2.
No, she looks young.
Like, she's very strong, and she gets the concept, too, of, okay, this is where I put my hand, this is where I put my foot.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
That's incredible.
Wouldn't you be scared? Well, like, wouldn't you be scared, though, to have your kid doing that?
Yes.
I know.
Yes.
I'm scared of the ground
Dad
here.
is ready. He is down below, and he is ready just in case.
Welcome back. Beautiful blue sky here for your Skywatch weather camera shot. And we're really going to hold on to these lovely conditions throughout the week here. I was just thinking, if you're a gardener, definitely a good week to start bringing those plants outside during the day, toughen them up a little bit. I'd still bring them inside at night because you know how May is. But this week, it's not that roller coaster ride that we've really experienced with this spring so far, where we have a couple of days of warmth and then it crashes with a couple of days of cold, unstable weather. We're really holding steady with what you're really seeing outside right now. We're just going to turn the temperature up a bit. So we're seeing 14 for our current temperature. That's our high for today. Well within the seasonal range, but just a touch below that normal high of 15 degrees. We're seeing across Western Canada here, we're in good company. A lot of areas are around the mid-teens for highs today. Looking at tomorrow, though, start to warm up once again. 19 for your high for Tuesday, and we'll continue to warm up as we get into Wednesday. A little bit of up and down on the temperature side of things, but all above seasonal for the next 5 days at least. Winds right now pretty calm as well, coming out of the north at around 6 kilometers an hour. That's going to change. We're going to see those wind speeds start to pick up as we get into Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday as well. But as we can see with the regional forecast here, holding on to those nice sunny conditions. Many areas continuing to be in the 20s for Tuesday and Wednesday, up to 28 for Drumheller. You know, some areas in the east part of the province could get close to that 30-degree range as we get into about Wednesday there. We're seeing highs of 27 for Brooks and Medicine Hat by midweek. For us, though, the warmest we're looking to get will be Wednesday as well, with a high of 24. Strong southerly winds, though, with those clear conditions. And then we look at that 10-day forecast really quickly here. We see this is the warm week, and then we settle down to some cooler seasonal temperatures as we look ahead to next week.
It should be a great tournament.
Absolutely. Exciting. Thank you, Glenn. Let's take our final peek at the weather, Gina.
Yes, and we have a returning visitor to Calgary, which means summer is right around the corner when you start to see the pelicans back out on the Bow River. For your weather window, brought to you by Lux Windows and Doors, crafting quality windows and doors for your style, budget, and Alberta's climate. I mean, water's pretty low right now, but I think people are probably itching to get back out on the Bow for a float, but you'll have to wait a little bit. Our warmest day of the week looking to be Wednesday, where we get up to 24, but some cooler highs between Wednesday there, but still above the seasonal range, and we'll really hold on to these nice above seasonal temperatures straight through till Saturday.
Good stuff. Thank you, Gina, and thank you for your company tonight. Have a terrific evening, and we'll see you again tomorrow.